So the World Cup semi-finals are here and England are in the World Cup semi-finals, which is unbelievable because the last time we was here, I wasn't even born. It was 3 years before I was even born. I know my last video, I think I said I was 3. I messed up my maths big time. But 1990, I was born in 93, so obviously 3 years before I was even here on planet Earth. England versus Croatia in a World Cup semi-final. Who would have thought? Who would have said this young, brave team would actually have got this far? Nobody had any faith, any hope at all that England would actually make it to a semi-final of this World Cup. But with all the big teams crashing out, anything and everything was possible. The 3 words, it's coming home, was said as a joke originally 4 weeks beforehand. But as time come on and we ended up beating teams like Colombia on penalties for the first time ever in a Football World Cup, we beat Sweden in a quarter-final and moved into a semi-final against Croatia. Them words quickly became a reality. It has also given us the opportunity to get behind, support and fall in love with football again, and for us to actually get behind our national side and see our national side do so well and so great in an international worldwide tournament and see us reach a semi-final. Gosh, it was amazing with everything that's happened in this World Cup. This has been a World Cup for twists and turns and everything else. But England back in the top 4 of the world is fantastic and awesome. One of the best things you're going to see. It's probably something we're not going to see for a very long time. But while we're there, let's enjoy it, let's party, let's celebrate. We've seen some immense celebrations you would have seen in the last video. And you would see some more after this one. In this game we still had discipline issues and arguments with the ref, which I find totally and utterly disgusting. I made a whole video on it in one of my last England match reports that I'd done against Colombia and how disgusting that was. Play got a lot of real serious and there was a lot of pushing and shoving and arguing between the players and fighting between the players, which is expected between the players and teams, but not when it comes to the referee. Harry Kane took a shove, got sent flying over, and the player who done it decided to go running straight to the ref and start arguing and shouting in his face. It is not on, guys. It really isn't. This cannot be acceptable in any sport. Which official will change their mind if you're shouting in their face? They will not. The referee is in his right to give you a yellow or a red card and get ready, sod you off. Goodbye. That attitude does not tolerate. It doesn't sound well in a game. It teaches everyone bad manners and respect, and it's not appropriate for people to be seeing or dealing with. This is something that needs to be stamped out and ironed out of football. Rewritten history, put our new names in a book and made our own part of time in this World Cup. England actually won a game on penalties. Later on it was against Colombia where we actually took our foot off the gas and our pedal and allowed Colombia back into the game and allowed them to dominate. But we won a game on penalties and everything showed and it was all believed, and this is where everything picked up and it was truly amazing. Now guys, we're going to move on to the match report, the main official match report of England versus Croatia in the World Cup semi-final. So we're back in our home kit, our white strip, the actual kit that we lost to Belgium. We say we purposely lost to Belgium because we wanted to avoid Brazil and get as far as we can in this World Cup. But anyways, it's a kit we lost in, the kit we don't usually do very well in World Cups and main tournaments. Historically, the white shirts have never really done us well. We've always done good in the away shirts. We've actually won the World Cup back in 1966, even though it was before the professional era, in the red, in the away strip. So for me already, therefore, it was already off to a bad start, a bad omen. Didn't have the greatest of feeling seeing us back in the white kit. No one was back in the white home shirts. We've played a lot better this tournament as well in the red. I loved us playing in the red. We've played some outstanding footy in the red. That last game against Sweden, the game against Panama especially. But then things started off well. We had an early free kick from Kieran Trippier that he managed to actually put a beautiful curve, put the ball over the wall and swerved it into the goal, hitting a corner. Bang on peach of a goal. Perfect, putting England up 1-0 after 5 minutes of the game. True perfection right there. As normal, England celebrated in a normal bundle with Kieran Trippier sliding on his knees across the floor to celebrate the goal. But the first half, we then decided we were going to try and sit back a little bit, had very little in attack. When we pushed forwards, again, Raheem Sterling had a couple of chances, didn't quite hold. Harry Kane had a couple of very good career chances, didn't still seem to be like the person that he was or has been during this World Cup, or what he was during the group stages. He didn't see much of him in the last round either. So he's gone a bit quiet and shy in these games, but either way, he had a couple of good chances. We had other good early chances in the first half that we should have, could have, and actually really should have been putting them goals away, racking up another second goal. We didn't quite do that. We then started to hold off, and we totally took our foot off the pedal, really, and just let them back in. We let Croatia come back at us. Never good when a team starts coming back and getting ahead in the game. Taking scores 1-0 in at half time. England in the lead and with a potential toe, just a toe, in with the final to play France, and a potential to play France in the final to take the World Cup home. Coming back out in the second half, and England just totally lost their cool, lost their composure. We started kicking the ball back to the keeper, kept kicking the ball around, knocking it around in our danger zone, in our box, not really going forwards. We sat back, let Croatia come at us. Croatia kept coming and coming and coming and coming until they finally scored. They scored a goal, making it 1-1. And we ended up going for the whole game. We still ended up passing it back. We still hadn't realised that we're in for a game. Things going to get as hard as nails. This ain't going to be easy. We ain't going to cruise it like we did against Sweden in the quarters. This was going to have to be hard, and we're going to have to work incredibly hard for this win. The final is not a guarantee. France may not even happen. Everything was a possibility now. Could it happen? Are we going to take this into extra time? Are we going to go through the pain, the biting of our nails, the heartache of another penalty shootout? Extra time come. Game ends 1-1. 30 minutes of extra football laid ahead of us. Surviving the first 15 minutes and 2 additional minutes of overtime. It's still going in 1-1 with it all to play for. France waiting for us in the finals. Then the dreams, the jokes, and the iconic scenes of Photoshop pictures of Gareth Southgate picking up a trophy cabinet from IKEA, the Swedish store of the country we knocked out, come to an end. And a beautifully struck header from Manzik in the 109th minute buried Croatia 2-1 up. Heartbreak for England. Dreams shattered. Everything gone. But guys, never fear. England may be out of the World Cup. We're still in the third place playoff, and we play off against Belgium, the team we actually lost to in our group stage. We purposely lost to, and the opportunity to come third and be the third best team in the world. So there's still hope, there's still pride, there's still passion, there's still everything to play for. Third place, let's do it. Let's come home with it. Let's come third. We've taken a fantastic achievement away from this World Cup, guys. Don't take nothing away from this. This is a team that was told that they're too young, they're inexperienced, and they're not good enough to do well in a World Cup. People had no expectations, no hope, no nothing for them. They expected them to come out and get crashed out and burnt in our group stage with probably a shock loss to Panama, Tunisia, and a loss to Belgium, sending us home early doors. If we got out of the group, we wouldn't get through the last 16. They've gone up and are way up and beyond expectations. They've given the nation hope, pride and joy. We can now succeed and live in the moment and be happy being one of the 4 best teams in the world, guys. This is unnormal. This never happens to England. This is a fantastic achievement. These guys have gone up and beyond everything. The unexperienced guys now, they're going to come away with huge experience, massive experience, and this is only going to help them later on in their careers. In future, in 2 more years until the next Euros, and 4 more years until the next World Cup. At least England have a world champion in something, Anthony Joshua. Again, he's going to have a fight against Povetkin. More news coming out on that in a later video. And current Formula 1 world champion Lewis Hamilton, who is competing now and racing now to defend his world title.